Buffalo Street. That's a familiar sounding name, Buffalo Street. That's your latest CD, is it not?
Yeah, it's my latest CD, and it's historical characters of the Canadian Rockies, and primarily characters from the late 1800s to the early 1900s. Banff is just absolutely filled with wonderful characters, and I often like to say that Banff is a lot more than just the geographical beauty of Banff. It's got amazing stories and characters.
Well, if you've been into Banff, you've probably driven in and seen this sign that says "Welcome to Banff." And there's a fellow on the sign, handsome fellow with a sort of off-centered cowboy hat, flowing black mustache, piercing blue eyes. His name's Wild Bill Pito. And if you've spent any time in the mountains, you'd know of Pito Lake and Pito Parkade and Wild Bill's. But this story is about his love of the woman he married. And Bill was a prospector, a guide, a lover, a loner of the wilderness, until he met and fell in love with Emily Wood in 1901. They married in 1902 and had their first child in 1903. Sadly and tragically, one evening, Emily was putting the young lad to bed, and she died of a brain aneurysm. Well, you can imagine Bill was quite heartbroken. He sold his outfitting business. He retired to one of his famous backcountry cabins, and he turned to whiskey. This is Bill's story.
God damn it, she's been dead now 27 years tonight. Took a lot with her when she left, and I go on with this copper mine. There's not much in it now, and at night I sit and peer through lonely pines. I come up here sometimes to the woods that give me quiet, and somehow want nothing in return. Come lay with me, sweet Emily, up here at Bookgrass Cabin, and watch the world grow with me. 'Cause I've crossed some mighty rivers, crawled over broken timber, and I've slipped out in the snow on a cold night in December. And I was wounded in the war, and I barely made it home. Yeah, that was hell, but not like losing you. And old Snake bucked me off today, and it makes my wound up dark. The haze of this heartache, the whiskey's not enough. And I come here to these mountains to lay my burdens down in mystery and silence that surround. I have crossed some mighty rivers, crawled over broken timber, and I've slept out in the snow
going to finish the evening off with the title cut of my CD called Buffalo Street. And like I said earlier, my family were in the Bow Valley since the late 1800s. And unfortunately, the Stonies was their hunting area. And when Banff became a national park, the Stonies were forcibly removed from the area to support tourism, sports hunting, and of course Indian assimilation. Bit of a sad time, no, a real sad time in history. And this song is an imagined song of me standing on Buffalo Street, where my parents still live, and talking to an elder, and I send it out to my Stoney Nakoda friends.
Dreamt last night, Stony Elder was my neighbor here on Buffalo Street. We talked for hours, sharing stories of what went wrong here on Buffalo Street. She said, peace and holy water, hope is what they offer, stairs on our sacred land. Promises broken, broken promises, handwritten lies under a big, big sky. We burned sweet grass, spoke of mountains we once traveled through 100 snows ago. Now our land is gone, taken from us like the bighorn sheep here on Buffalo Street. Guns and fire water, blood ran in the water, betrayed by white man's will. Follow the laws of the human heart under a big, big sky. Promises broken, broken promises, handwritten lies under a big, big sky. They're the brave ones, dance with courage against all odds here on Buffalo Street. Drums and eagle feathers, beads and sacred treasures, wise and ancient so. They follow the laws of the human heart under a big, big sky. Promises broken, broken promises, handwritten lies under a big, big sky. Big, big sky. On a full moon, I can see that elder walking down old Buffalo Street.
Thank you very much.